50,000 years ago, one guy had one job. Don't look stupid in front of her. No phones, no mirrors, no cool jacket, just him. And it did not start well. But humans never give up on looking impressive. For thousands of years, we invented wild ways to impress each other. This is how ancient humans tried to impress someone. Impressing someone wasn't just romance, it was survival. Tribes were small. Everyone noticed everything you did. Impressing the group could mean more food, more protection, more respect, and failing to impress, people remembered that too. So early humans got creative, very creative. It all started with the simplest trick, pure strength. Lifting the heaviest rock in camp was basically an ancient flex. Strength meant you could protect the group from danger. Wrestling matches were basically ancient talent shows. Win the match, win the attention. Speed mattered, two fast hunters fed the whole tribe. A perfect throw could turn a nobody into a legend. Bring back the biggest kill, and suddenly everyone knew your name. Hunting wasn't just food, it was a resume. The best hunters got the best seats by the fire. Bad hunt, that story would follow you for years. So people practiced, constantly, just to look good later. Because in the Stone Age, skill was the flex. But strength wasn't the only move. Gifts worked too. Yes, even cavemen brought flowers. Some things never change. Shiny rocks were basically ancient diamonds. A sparkly stone said, "I noticed something beautiful and thought of you." Sharing rare food was a huge gesture. In a world where food was hard to find, sharing meant everything. Some carved little gifts by hand, tiny animals, tiny charms, hours of work, just to make one person smile. A handmade gift proved patience, and patience proved you cared. It worked then. It works now. Next up, looking the part. Literally, body paint wasn't just decoration, it was ancient fashion. Bright colors meant health, energy, and confidence. Feathers in the hair? An ancient power move. The bigger and brighter the feathers, the more eyes turned. Necklaces made of shells and teeth showed off faraway travels. A necklace said, "I've been places. I've seen things." The rarest furs became ancient status symbols. A leopard? Spotted fur? That was basically a sports car. Even jewelry had personal designs, no two pieces alike. It was handmade. It was unique. It said something about him. Ancient humans understood one thing perfectly. Presentation mattered. Looking clean was its own kind of impressive. No soap, no shampoo, just rivers, ash, and effort. Some used smooth stones to scrape away grime. Even ancient humans cared about fresh breath. Really, bone combs kept wild hair from looking too wild. Animal fat worked as ancient moisturizer, shiny skin, healthy look. A calm pond was the closest thing to a mirror. Because first impressions mattered just as much back then. But nothing impressed a crowd like fire. Making fire from nothing looked like pure magic. The person who could start a fire fast, instantly the most valuable person around. Fire meant warmth, safety, and cooked food, all from his hands. Everyone wanted to sit next to the person who made the fire. Some even taught others sharing skill was its own kind of gift. Good fire makers basically ran the ancient kitchen, and a full, happy tribe never forgot who fed them. Skilled tool makers were the ancient engineers. A perfectly shaped blade took real skill and real patience. Gift someone a great tool, and you gifted them an easier life. Basket weaving showed patience and clever hands. A well-made basket meant you could think ahead and plan for tomorrow. Building a strong shelter proved you could protect a family. A roof that didn't collapse? Extremely attractive. Being useful was one of the oldest ways to impress anyone. Then came something new. Art. A simple handprint said, "I was here. I existed." Painting animals on cave walls took real talent. Flickering firelight made the painting seem to move. People traveled just to see a skilled painter's work. The best artists became storytellers of the whole tribe. Their art outlived them. Some paintings survived thousands of years. Talent, it turns out, has always been irresistible. When words weren't enough, humans danced. Dancing showed energy, rhythm, and confidence all at once. The wilder the dance, the more attention it pulled. Simple drums turned a quiet night into a full performance. Soon the whole camp joined in, because that's what good rhythm does. Some carved actual instruments, flutes made from hollow bones. A haunting melody drifting through the night. Unforgettable. Music made people stop everything and just listen. A great performer was remembered long after the fire went out, because rhythm and music have always brought people closer. And then there was the power of a good story. Storytellers could turn a simple hunt into a legendary battle. Shadows danced on the walls as the story grew bigger. Kids and adults alike hung on every single word. Exaggeration was allowed. Confidence was required. A perfectly timed pause could impress just as much as the story itself. A good storyteller never sat alone by the fire. Words, it turns out, were one of the oldest superpowers. But sometimes, impressing someone meant real danger. Facing a predator to protect the group took real courage. One brave stand could earn a lifetime of respect. Bravery wasn't about showing off, it was about protecting people who mattered. Helping the weak or injured showed real character. Strength meant nothing if it wasn't used to help someone. Some impressed simply by staying awake watching over everyone else. A reliable guardian was worth more than any gift. Waking up safe every single day that was never taken for granted. Trust, once earned, impressed longer than any trick ever could. Sometimes the simplest gesture said the most. Generosity, even in hard times, always stood out. Giving up comfort for someone else, that impressed everyone watching. Kindness didn't need an audience, but it always found one. Respecting elders showed wisdom beyond strength. The elders remembered who respected them and who didn't. Gentleness impressed just as much as strength ever did, because being good to others was always the deepest flex. Strength, gifts, art, music, bravery, kindness, humans tried it all. Every generation found new ways to say the same thing. Notice me. And somehow, through all of it, connection always found a way. Because impressing someone was never really about the gift or the flex. It was about showing someone, I see you. I made an effort. I care. And thousands of years later, that part never changed.